What's up, runners? This is a continuation here of our last video. If you have not taken a look at that, go take a look at it, or you can just watch this and then go back after. But building on our last video, which we were talking about some of the key elephant in the room topics for runners, which is hip stability and hip dissociation, in this video we're going to go over a quick test to see if you have the ability to dissociate your hip motion in an effective way that then translates into a more efficient running pattern. If you aren't able to dissociate your hip from low back motion, then you can very commonly experience low back pain or even recurrent calf strains if you're unable to do what I'm about to show you. Again, this is the elephant in the room stuff. If you can't do this or what I showed in the last video, there's no need to go grab all these fancy tricks and running analysis tools. We got to start with the basics, all right? So to determine if you can isolate hip motion from other motion, one quick way to do that is, can you stand on one leg, bring your opposite leg up? From here, without your stance leg kicking out, stay here with your leg that's floating in the air. Can you externally rotate it away from you without too much hip movement? Okay, you should be able to do the windshield wiper here without any loss of control in this region, okay? So give that a go. That's one direction. However, when you're running, one of the key movements that I see lacking in a lot of runners, especially those with back pain while running, is hip extension. All right, so if you aren't able to get enough hip extension, then your body is an intelligent machine and will find a way to get that relative hip extension. And it usually finds it, if you're a runner, by overarching your back. And if you do this for a long enough period, it's going to shut down some key gluteal musculature, and then it can usually show up as that bottom of the back, low back pain, as you log more and more miles. So to check to see if you have the ability to extend your hip separately from your low back, if you, again, stand on one leg, bring one leg off the ground, and then are you able to extend this leg backwards without any compensation or movement from above? Okay, so if you move this leg backwards, but what you see is something like this, or when you go back, you can't get this leg past your midline, then you're lacking the ability to dissociate your hip extension. If you don't have that, then it's my job to dive in there and figure out why. Is that merely you don't understand how to activate your gluteal muscles? Do you have a lack of range of motion in your hip? Do you have a previous injury to the low back? There's a bunch of reasons on why you aren't able to do that. But for you, try that at home. See what you got. Do you have these elephant in the room concepts? If you don't, reach out to me. Let's fix that up. Then we continue to build on that to maximize your performance. Peace.